Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this video I'm doing a troll game on the map Naval Conquests. I'm starting in the top left position playing as the Soviets. So in this troll game, it's on Naval Conquests, and I did one quite a while ago, which was where I played as the Allies. Now this is with the Soviets, so it's a little bit different, and I'm doing sort of like the same rules as I did for the Allies. I'm not going to be able to build any submarines, so no like naval attack ships, and I'm not going to be able to build any tanks or anything that attacks on land, so that includes missile launchers. Now I think this is much harder than when I played as the Allies, because the Allies have some good features. They have Chronosphere, which allows you to take MCVs to different parts of the map and surprise your opponents. You can also have gap generators, which can block out parts of the map, so that if you've got bases in different places, you can block them out so the opponents can't see them, and that makes it harder for them to attack with ships. They've also got APCs, which I used for an engineer rush when I played as the Allies. So the Allies have some units and some things. Oh, they also have satellite as well from this tech centre, so you can get vision of the whole map and you can see everything that's not covered by gap generators. So there are a lot of advantages to playing as the Allies, and Soviets don't have those things. What they do have is they do have MiGs, but MiGs, okay, I might use them in this game, but they have like limited value because a lot of opponents in this will build multiple MCVs, and when you have multiple MCVs, as soon as they see that you're using MiGs, then they can start building defences, they can start building rocket troopers, and also destroyers, which is one of the main naval attack ships of the Allies. They can actually fire on MiGs, so they could be no use at all, but we'll have to wait and see. I will use them, of course, if it's viable at any point in the game. And now we're building that large power plant, and we're going to start getting down some things like our radar dome. We've got our service depot down, so we can start building our extra MCVs. And the radar dome is, of course, very, very important, so I can see like what's going on in different parts of the map that I've uncovered. I haven't uncovered much at all yet. And what I'm going to be focusing on first is just getting a few more MCVs down. And the reason I want these extra construction yards is because it increases the building speed of my structures, which is going to be very, very important. Because remember, I can't build tanks. So if I get to the mainland, because what you have is you have your small starting island, which I'm on now, you need to get to the mainland in order to build ore refineries and collect more ore. But when I get there, I need something to defend my base. And because I can't build tanks, I'm going to have to rely on base defences. And in order to build those base defences quickly, I'm going to need to get extra construction yards to increase my build speed. And now we're getting our transport boats. Of course, I can't build any submarines, which is a bit not so good for me. I'm also going to get out of Tanya, and I'm going to sort of try and do an early attack. Unfortunately, I don't have any APCs, but I can get this Tanya in a transport ship, and because we have small starting islands which we start on, I'll be able to get quite close to there, hopefully. So I'm going to send it down the map. So there's two things here. It gives me more map visibility, so I can see what my opponents are doing, and also hopefully launch a surprise attack. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm also building plenty of large power plants. So let's see, what does our opponents have? Do they have ships? Yeah, they do already. And now I'm trying to get, actually I'm in a bad position at the moment. I can't get to the shore, and I've lost that Tanya, so that was a bit of an expensive mistake there, but I do have some map vision, so I can see a bit more of what's going on. And now I've got that extra MCV. I'm also going to use another Tanya and get it in that transport vessel and try and get it in a more suitable place. I'm also using my spy plane to be able to see what's going on in different parts of the map. So hopefully my second attempt is going to be a bit better. And there you can see another MCV out of that war factory. I haven't built a second war factory at the moment yet, actually, because because I can't build tanks, I don't really see that much point. And we can see some cyan destroyers near Yellow's base, so Yellow and Cyan might be having a bit of a fight quite soon. And now I'm just building another transport ship because I'm going to need to transport an MCV to the middle island now that I've got quite a few MCVs on my starting island deployed. So yeah, I'm just building them. I'm going to deploy my Tanya here. Unfortunately, I do a little bit of a mistake. I can't actually get through that hill, so I'm going to get back in that transport ship and transport a bit down. And you can see now they've got a cruiser which is firing on that transport ship. Hopefully it'll continue to do that, which it does. And now I'm going to go into the base, but unfortunately there's a pillbox there. And again, I've been denied. So I've lost a couple of Tanyas there and a couple of transport ships. So it hasn't gone too well so far. But I do have more information about what's in my enemy's base. And I've also got a bit of vision, of course, on Yellow's base. I'm just having a bit of a look there. And I didn't get much vision there. I've also got some infantry on that middle island. So I can search a bit at the bottom of the island and see what's going on here. And now we've got that transport ship back at... Well, I've got a new one as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get that MCV to that other island. And now we're trying to get into Blue's base. We can see Blue does have some light tanks, and that could provide a bit of an obstacle when I start going on this middle island because he does have some light tanks, so that's good to know. I'm going to need to build some Tesla coils, definitely. Tesla coils are very strong against light tanks, so hopefully I will be able to defend here. I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. I was going to take a bit of a risk, but I've thought better of it, and now I'm going to start building those Tesla coils. You can see those light tanks will be coming up soon. They should be coming into view any second now, and now they come in, and I'm just getting these Tesla coils down, and we're doing a lot of damage here, and those light tanks aren't going to be able to take any buildings down, and all Tesla coils have survived. There was one on red HP, but I've managed to save it. I've managed to do the hard part of defending that base early on. It's when you first place the building down, that's when it's at its most vulnerable. I managed to get past that stage. It was about time something went right because I haven't done too well so far with losing those two Tanyas and those two transport ships, but now we've got established on that middle island, and that's going to really help our economy. And we're going to go for another attack on Blue in the south, and let's see if it's third time lucky. I'm also going to move that MCV that I've got to the right because I want to get onto the other island, well, to the other segment of the mainland, and be able to get my economy built up further. And now we can see some destroyers and some cruisers coming up, and that's going to be big trouble for my main base because they'll be able to do a lot of damage. So it's really crucial that hopefully I'll make this next part work. So I've got the construction yard here, and now I'm going to build a Tesla coil initially, and now we're going to try and do a base crawl into their base. We take out that pillbox, and we're getting another Tesla coil down, and we're going to take out his tech centre, and that goes down as well. And now I'll probably do flame towers because they can do a lot of damage against buildings, and we'll be able to take out any pillboxes and any troops that are coming to defend, really. And now we're getting we're getting the radar dome down as well. So we've got that, and we're going to go for the chronosphere as well, and that's going to go down. So these are a lot of big buildings from Blue that are going down, and we just take out his base. And Blue has tapped out of the game, so he's called it a day, really. I'm quite surprised by that because he was on the mainland. He was actually near the island of Gems on this map, so I'm quite surprised he would have tapped out in the position he was in, because he could have rebuilt his base on the mainland. But there you go, he's decided to call it a day. So now I've got two more opponents. I've got Yellow in the bottom right, and I've got Cyan in the top right. So that's going to provide, make things a bit more difficult. And we can see there, Cyan is coming in with a medium tank. We're going to try and place some Tesla coils down as quickly as possible. Let's see if we can defend this position. And I made a little bit of a mistake there, and I've lost that MCV. But I've got these Tesla coils going down now, and let's see if we can defend this position. He's bringing more light tanks in and medium tanks in. He's got a bit of a mixture. The medium tanks are a bit more sturdy. They can withstand Tesla a bit more, but when I've got Tesla in this numbers, they've done really, really well. And what Cyan needed to do is he needed to group up his tanks before he attacked, because he was streaming them in like one at a time. They were able to get destroyed very, very easily. So that was a bit of a mistake from Cyan there. Now let's see what we can do for the next part of this game. I am in a good position with these middle bases and the middle island, mainland, but I am going to have to be like careful now, because I do think the other teams will be getting attack ships, and if they get cruisers in the middle, yeah, I can see cruisers already there from yellow. But hopefully, I think what he's doing is he's focusing on Cyan, so that's giving me a bit of a breather. So getting blue out of the game early on was very good for me, of course. And now I'm going down to see if I can do an attack on yellow, because I think yellow is the biggest threat in this game. We can see his cruisers in the middle, so we're going to try and go for him and target him next, because those cruisers can do major damage and there's no way I can defend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get rid of his tech center if he has one, and that'll like give him no map vision if he's already got satellite. So let's see what we can do here. I'm like sort of like sneaking this MCV on the island. I think there was something firing on me there, actually, probably a cruiser. Anyway, let's see if we can do something here. We're getting the Tesla coil down again, and now we're going to go for the flame towers and put them through his base. Although we can't see as many like major buildings here, we can see though destroyers firing on those flame towers, which is going to provide a little bit of a nuisance. But we're managing to take over this island quite well and get rid of some of these buildings, some of these construction yards, war factories, things like that. Although I don't see any big buildings as of yet. Well, when I mean big buildings, I mean things like radar domes, tech centres, that sort of thing. Oh, and there is a tech centre there actually, so that's really good. I'm going to be able to take that out, and hopefully that's going to take away all his map vision, and that goes down. So that's a big win for us. And now we're taking out that construction yard, although yellow will definitely have construction yards on the middle of the map. Those construction yards on the middle of the map are probably going to be a lot harder for us to get to, because as we can see, he's building a lot of cruisers there. So if we start placing buildings there and try and take transport ships across, we're going to probably be met with quite a bit of resistance. The thing about cruisers is they're strong against most things. They're very strong against buildings. You can see there, one hit from the cruiser, that flame tower goes down. Although they sometimes have a little bit of a problem with the accuracy, but the archer's so strong. They're also very, very strong against infantry as well, so you can kill lots of infantry at once with one hit of the cruiser. And now he's getting that Tesla coil down, trying to sort of like get some hits on those units, but I made a big mistake there. I didn't have enough power, so that Tesla coil wasn't able to fire off. So a little bit of a mistake there, a bit of a misplay, but I am getting that transporter out, and I'm going to be building some more MCVs. I'm just trying to get like close to the shoreline, so when I do place that Tesla coil, it will be in firing range. But I'm having a little bit of trouble, as you can see. And there, yellow, you can see building another naval yard. And now we're getting this MCV. Let's see what this can do. Are we going to get fired on by cruisers? It looks like we're okay for the time being. And now we're going to deploy it. And we're going to immediately get that Tesla coil down. And now we're going to be using some flame towers. And let's see how this goes. It doesn't look like yellow has much to defend with yet, and we're taking out some of the important buildings there, hampering his economy, taking out his war factory, and also going for his construction yard. And this has provided us a lot of benefit, although you can see our base defences are being taken out by the boats, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm having a little bit more trouble than I would have hoped, but now we're starting to build more flame towers. And what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to build some Tanyas and just get them to destroy the buildings. That'll probably be the easiest way. And yeah, you can see that Tanya going down there. And we're going to get that construction yard. Yes, we do. And the other MCV at the top. Are we going to be able to get that? It's looking good. And that one goes down as well. So that's 2 easy, good kills there. We've got 2 MCVs down. And we'll have to see, does yellow have buildings elsewhere? I think he does, because as you can see, he's still in the game. I'm also a bit conscious as well that Cyan are in this game also, so hopefully they're not going to be able to build up too much. I do think yellow has had some battles with them earlier on, which will probably have hampered the start, so hopefully they're not in a great position, but we'll have to wait and see. You can see that those buildings in the bottom right getting fired on by those yellow warships. And yeah, you can just see they're just getting absolutely annihilated, those flame towers. And they're just no good against naval units. And I'm also getting another war factory there, just so I can produce some MCVs to put in a transport ship and try and transport to the main island. And now we're just placing some more flame towers, just to give them some target practice and provide a bit of distraction. I'm just having a bit of a look around here. We've got some light tanks there. We've also got an ore truck there, and we're going to watch where the ore truck goes, because that'll show us where the other ore refineries are.
Unit lost. Cancel.
And yeah, just having a bit of a look there, how things are going in my mainland economy. I'm actually surprised so far that I haven't had more attacks from cruisers, because that main base there seems to be okay for the time being. And I'm just going to build some transports there as well. And I'm going to try and get some Tanyas and see if they can be of any effect. And also maybe a MCV. So let's see what that can do, if we can get it established on this bottom part. Although it does seem like there's like no ore here at all. So someone's obviously had a base here, possibly yellow. Well, it would make sense if it was yellow, because that's the only place. And we can actually see a yellow building there. There's a yellow small power plant. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our MCV to the left, out of the way. But we'll have to see if actually yellow are already expanded here, because they could well have done that. So we'll just place and deploy our MCV there, and we're going to get a Tesla coil down just in case there's something that we need to defend from. But we look to be in an okay position at the moment, and I'm going to have to build some power plants in order to power those Tesla coils. But yeah, everything's looking good. And what I'm going to do now is expand onto this economy and build an ore refinery. And what we know so far is that yellow does have a base, like on that middle island, but it does look possibly like yellow may not have bases elsewhere. And I think those are getting fired on now, so there's some warships in this south part of the map, which might place a bit of trouble. And the question is, does yellow have any bases in the top right position? Like of that mainland? I don't quite know yet. And is Cyan there? Because Cyan's had a little bit of a time to build up, and now I'm going to put an MCV in that transport ship, and let's see if we can make any use. Oh, and now the cruisers are starting to come, and this is what I was worried about. The cruisers are sort of on this mainland, and I'm trying to get in there, and you can see how much damage those cruisers do, just taking out that MCV straight away. And that's what I mean about it being hard when you're fighting against cruisers. And now there's also cruisers in that south part as well, and you can see yellow starting to really build that naval supremacy. But now I've got sort of like a helicopter, which is going to be able to take some Tanyas over to the middle island, and hopefully we're going to be able to get some Tanyas deployed near those buildings and be able to take some of them out. So let's see, we've got 3 Tanyas in this transport helicopter. We're going to take them down. What I do notice though is, unfortunately, yellow does have a pillbox, and that's going to provide a bit of a nuisance for the Tanyas, because if they get close to the pillbox they will die. So let's see, we'll get this transport helicopter across and just get the Tanyas down, or hopefully we'll be able to get the MCV. But straight away, as soon as the helicopter lands, those cruisers fire on it and destroy it. And that's what I mean about it being very, very hard to get to this middle base once there's a lot of cruisers around, because they just tend to destroy everything.
Unit ready.
And now I'm just trying a bit of a different tactic.
Selected.
I'm going to try and transport them in along the bottom side, and hopefully that will work. We'll have to wait and see though.
Unit lost. Spy plane.
And yeah, get a few Tanyas into that ship. I'm also going to start building some MiGs. I think it's time, since it's so hard to get to those buildings. If I build some MiGs, hopefully I will be able to get there and do some damage. So yeah, I've got 6 there. I'll build 7 because sometimes 6 isn't enough to destroy things like oil refineries. So I'll get hopefully get a 7th one. And
Unit ready.
yeah, I'll just sell that, and we'll send our transport ship to that middle place. Yeah, because we've got a bit of visibility on it at least now. And yeah, I'm just having a look at where I should send my MiGs. Ah, they've already gone. And I think he's undeployed that MCV actually, because I think there was an MCV there, and you can see those MiGs coming back. So Yellow obviously is having keeping a watchful eye on what I'm doing. And as soon as he saw those MiGs, he undeployed that MCV and took it to somewhere I can't see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the barracks, and our barracks is down, and that's important because that's where he will build his rocket troops from. Although because he's still got a construction yard, he will be able to build another barracks if he needs to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this time to destroy as many main buildings as I can, and I'm going to destroy that pillbox, because that pillbox will be a big nuisance to the Tanyas. And now we're going to put the Tanyas down. Let's see what we can do. We're going for the construction yard, and that goes down. That is a massive win. And let's see what we can do here. Can we go for those oil refineries? It looks like 3 oil refineries are going. Another one's down. The war factory is down, and small power plant is down. And that is Yellow out of the game, so he doesn't have a base in the top right. But as we destroyed him, we can see some cyan destroyers appearing in the bottom right of the map. And now it's me versus Cyan. Now, I do think Cyan was getting beat by Yellow earlier, so I do think he was getting knocked back, but he has had a long time to recover because it did take me quite a while to destroy that middle base of Yellow. So we'll have to see just what he's got on the map. And there you can see me building and trying to build another transport ship. And there we go, and we're going to transport another MCV and try and get it close to Cyan's base and see what damage we can do. But we can see Cyan has helicopters, and at the moment I don't have anything to defend against that, but I do have loads of MCVs available, so I'm not too worried about just losing a few structures. But let's see what we can do here. We're getting the transport ship up to that top right position on the mainland. And we'll just hope that there's not many cruisers there or destroyers to destroy that transport ship. But it seems like the cruisers have moved out of that position now. And now we've got this construction yard here. Let's see if we can get it deployed. It does have a little bit of room there, so we'll put it down. And as soon as we put it down, we can start building base defences like Tesla coils. And we'll have to see, is Cyan going to respond? Some of those our trucks look like they're going to go down. We've built 3 so far.
Construction complete.
And I'm just building some more power plants just to make sure I have enough power. You can see I've got loads of MCVs on that starting island. And those Tesla coils are going to wreak havoc on Cyan's economy. You can see them taking out that ore truck.
Cancel.
And now I need to sort of coming down. But we can see that Cyan is starting to bring some tanks in. He's bringing all medium tanks in now, and medium tanks are a lot better with Tesla coils than light tanks, so that's obviously a good thing. But I think those Tesla coils are going to be able to defend against this attack, and it doesn't look like Cyan are going to be able to do much at all.
Construction complete.
And now what we're doing is we're doing a base crawl, and we're going to try and find Cyan's base and do a bit of damage, maybe some flame towers probably. And now we're going to put the flame towers in, and yeah, we've got a camouflage pillbox there, but that's going to be not much match for the flame towers. And you can see we're destroying this mainland base of Cyan. Cyan does have a turret there, which is strong against flame towers, but one turret on its own isn't going to be much help in this instance, and you can see it losing HP pretty quickly. And all the other buildings look like they're going to go down now. There looks to be like there's no answer from Cyan in order to defend this. And we can see a lone tank coming in, but a single tank isn't going to do much, and we can see that tank being taken out very, very quickly. And now we're just basically wiping up all his buildings, and he's going to be isolated to his starting island in the top right corner. We can see him coming in with some helicopters there, which are coming from his main base. And it looks like I've lost a lot of the Tesla coils that I built a little bit earlier. I think Cyan is using, well, I know he's using cruisers. I can hear them. And that means he's got like an information centre somewhere, so he's probably got full map visibility. And the question is, am I going to be able to get to his starting island? I put some paratroopers in, and luckily I found the information centre. So we're going to try and take that down, and it goes down. And if he doesn't have another information centre, then he's going to lose all his map vision. So that's quite a big bonus for me. And now I'm going to start building some MCVs and a sub pen. Now I didn't see that power plant, else I would have taken it out before I'd taken out that tech centre. So he's probably going to see that sub pen go up, so he probably has an idea of what I'm going to try and do. So we'll take that power plant out, and now we're going to be building some transport ships. So I'll just load that MCV onto that transport ship, and we'll see if we can get onto his main island. We do know there's cruisers somewhere around there, so the question is, am I going to be taken out before I can get there? It's all looking good so far. We can see his naval yards there, but it looks like his cruisers are in other sections. And now we're going to try and deploy this thing. But he has got tanks, and it's about... I should have built my Tesla coil before I actually deployed it, so that was a bit of a mistake from me. And that's made things a little bit harder. Yeah, I should have had it ready to build and just placed it down straight away. Anyway, I'm going to build... I don't know where to go in with flame towers. They might be easier. Just to like place more quickly.
Unit lost.
And I'm just thinking about what's best to do, because those tanks obviously now will be prepared. So it was like a mistake now, because I don't have the element of surprise, which I probably had that first time. He knows exactly what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to try now is just putting some Tanyas in, sort of like create a diversion.
Unit lost.
And we can see those medium tanks now coming to that point there. I'm actually surprised that actually at that point I thought they would have possibly gone to the other point. But yeah, we'll see if we can do anything with those Tanyas. Yeah, we'll fire on these, just distract him. And yeah, I've just taken out the infantry, so you'll see those infantry dying. I don't know if he's going to react with those tanks, but you can see those tanks at the main part of the base. So he did hold some tanks back, so he was blocking me there. And the thing is, I can't deploy my MCV if those tanks are there. But now those tanks are leaving, I'm going to try and drive my MCV in, because you can see those tanks are out of position. So now let's get our transport ship back in, and let's see if we can get into the base. So I do need to just travel up a bit here. He doesn't seem to have noticed yet. And once I get the MCV down, I can start placing those flame towers down. And now we're starting to crawl. And as soon as I get a few flame towers down, I don't think he's going to be able to respond. And this looks like it could be a good game, because there's no way he's going to be able to destroy all these flame towers with those tanks now, because I'll just keep on building them, and eventually his forces will be whittled down. And you can see us just going right through his base now, destroying all his main buildings. We're also going to be able to take out his helicopters, which will be located, I think, a bit further to the south. We can see them there. And yeah, he's using them to take out the MCV, but I don't need it anymore. I've got a fast building speed from all the other MCVs on the map. And now we're going to be able to take out his helipads and those helicopters. And you can see one of them going down, another one going down. They're all being taken down. And yeah, he's also built another information centre at the bottom there, so that's going to go down also. If he hadn't already lost map vision, he will have now. This was a really hard challenge on paper, so I wasn't actually sure if I was going to be able to do it. This was actually my second attempt, so I got through it faster than I thought I would be able to. So that's that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.